SL Networking Training, Switching Lab 3, Part 2. In this episode, we're going to show you how to enhance Inter VLAN routing by using a router on a stick technique. Okay, so the router on a stick approach uses a different path to route between VLANs. Okay, one of the router's physical interface is configured as an 802.1q trunk port, so it can understand VLAN tags that are coming from the different VLANs. So basically, we're going to add a physical connectivity, one physical cable from the router to the switch, and then we break that physical port into multiple sub-interfaces. So each VLAN will be associated with one sub-interface, and a sub-interface will be tagged to the respective VLAN, so the router can understand which VLAN is a sub-interface routed for. So logical sub-interfaces are created, as I said. So each sub-interface will be configured an IP address from the subnet of that particular VLAN. So here you can see an advantage to the legacy Inter VLAN routing is that the router on a stick will use only one physical interface instead of multiple interfaces for each VLANs, right? So here we go ahead and do our physical connectivity, connect a cable from G0/0, we connect on the switch on G0/1, right? So the router is G0/0 and the switch is G0/1. So first of all, what we do is we configure that we convert this port G0/1 on the switch port as a trunk port. So here we go to the configuration mode, interface G0/1 switch port mode trunk. Okay, that's all we need to do. We save the configurations, we go to the router, and then we have to create multiple sub interfaces on the physical interface G0/1. Okay, to do that, we go to the config mode, interface G0/0.10. So here we have created the first sub interface with the sub interface ID of 10. G0/0. Note that if I stop at G0/0, that means I'm doing configuration on the physical interface itself. But if we add dot something, that means we are configuring a sub interface. So here .10, and I say encapsulation .1q10. So here, this encapsulation means is trying to understand VLAN tag and is routing for VLAN 10. So note that I use sub interface ID of 10, and I'm also routing for VLAN 10. So this does not have to match. So if I want, I can say sub interface 10 and I route for VLAN 100. So that doesn't matter. So what's important here is to make sure that you tag the right VLAN. Okay. Next, I will give an IP address in the VLAN 10 subnet 192.168.10.200/24. Okay, and I configure the other sub interface 0/0.20 encapsulation .1q say 20. Okay, IP address 192.168.20.100 if I want. Okay, so if you inspect the interface status here, so IP interface brief, okay, you can see that the sub interfaces are down. G0/0.10 and G0/0.20 are saying the status is down simply because the physical interface is not enabled. So as soon as we enable the physical interface, so all of the sub interfaces will also come up. So we do that, interface G0/0, we say no shutdown command. Okay, so you see that has turned on the sub interfaces. They have changed state to G0/0.10 and 0.0.20. You have changed state to up. Okay, so good. That's the config. So now let's test there is communication between PC6 and PC7. So before we do that, let's test PC5 and PC6. So we check the IP address of PC5. IP config is 10.5. Alright, so I'm gonna ping the IP address of PC6. PC6 here is what? Is 10.6. IP address is 10.6, right? So from 5, I'm gonna ping the IP address of PC6. Ping 192.168.10.6. Okay, so here we make a mistake. We clear that out, ping, and here you can see the reply is coming good, right? So I test also bin PC7 and PC8. Okay, so here I can see PC7 is 20.7, but the gateway is 20.10, so we need to fix this thing. And PC8 also here is 20.8, gateway is 20.20, so they're having a wrong gateway addresses, right? So let me test. I can hit the IP addresses 192.168.20.7, so that's responding fine. Okay, so I have to make sure that I change the IP address, not that the 0/0.10 is routing for VLAN 10 with the IP address of 192.168.10.200. So that should be the KVA for the VLAN 10 network. So the 0/0.20 is also routing for VLAN 20 with the subnet 192.168.20.200. That should also be the gateway of host in the VLAN 20 subnet. Okay, so here I make sure that this one has a gateway of 20.200. I'll change it. Change the gateway 20.200. And this host also should have a gateway of 10.200. PC5. And PC6 should have a gateway of 10.200. So now I can test communication again. And ping the gateway, ping 192.168.10.200. So that's responding fine. I can also ping from PC6. I can ping these other PCs in the other network 20.7 and 20.8. I can ping 192.168.20.7. Okay, we have a reply there, and 20.8 for packetable lost due to app request. So we also have a response. So that is also looking good. So that's it for router on a stack technique.